Okay, let's go ahead and make this gravy. What I'm going to do is use a little bit of the flour that I had left over from frying my chops. Gravy, homemade, is not that difficult at all. Okay, and this is where you start. I'm going to stir it until it gets a nice golden brown. You want to make sure that you don't have any flour pockets. All that around the sides, that's just flavor. Okay? I'm going to go ahead at this time and I'm going to season keeping your eye on it. Looking for my pepper and a little Tony's. So that's all I'm using. I'm using a little Tony's. And I'm using some black pepper. Based on the smell that I want, I am going to go in. When you're cooking, you can pretty much tell from the smell of things. Get familiar with your smells when you're cooking. And that's the easiest way I could tell you. Okay, I'm gonna go in with a little garlic powder. Smooth this in. I'm going to go in with my vegetables. And when you're doing a gravy, your vegetables are important, okay? So if I can get this open, okay, and you want to be quick. You want to be quick about it. Let's see. Okay, so this one don't want to open for me. Okay, finally. And it's a large one, so I'm only going to use that one. Okay. I'm going in now with my onions and my bell peppers. Okay. The way you put them in is the way it's going to come out. Okay. Going in now with my bell peppers. Okay. I'll give that a stir. And we are getting ready to, once we get this here all mixed in, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our water. Turn the fire down some. I really only want to release the flavor from these vegetables, which is a bay leaf, bell pepper, and white onion, yellow onion, white onion. Once you have released the flavor from there, you can go ahead and add your water. And there's the gravy. Add a little bit at a time. I like to allow everything to steam in together. Then you're going to stir slowly. Depending on how thin or how thick you want your gravy. I'm going to bring my fire up. Remember, all those trimmings are nothing but flavor for your gravy. And you see that? We can tell that the consistency is thick. Okay? And this is where you determine how thin or how thick you want your gravy. Right here at this point. I'm just gonna go ahead on and let it cook. You put your water in a little bit at a time to allow all of those flavors to absorb in together. I have my oven already preheated to 350. And once that gravy gets to be the consistency that I want, I'm just gonna take that gravy and I'm gonna pour it right on top of those pork chops, and she's going right into the oven. And that's it, and that's all, ladies, on making homemade gravy. Since I have this rice, I can't have no rice with no gravy. That fresh steamed broccoli is ready. And let her cook. Easy peasy. Homemade gravy. The more she cooks, the more intense the flavor becomes. She's going in the oven. It's going to bake. All those juices and seasonings from the pork chops is in that grease. Whether you're doing chicken, steak, it's in this gravy. Why? Because it was the droppings at the bottom. Okay? But since I added more flour, I went in and I added a little more seasoning. And this is your taste time. This is your taste time right here. I like to see black pepper in my gravy. Okay? You don't need to put a top on it. You don't need to put a lid on it. Just gonna let this simmer and cook. She seems a little bland to me. So I'm gonna go in with just a little bit, pinch of kosher salt. And just let her cook. I'm not tasting that garlic like I want to. So I'm going to go in with a little more garlic. So you want to taste it before you really go ahead on and allow her to simmer. That way you know exactly what you have. Okay? Because the way you put it in the oven, that's the way it's going to come out. Anything that's yummy and worth having, it takes a while. Gravy is best when it's simmered. Can't be in a rush. Take your time, put your love into it, and let her cook. Homemade gravy.